Mr. Lowman is the Chief Executive Officer of Chase Home Lending, responsible for Chase's mortgage and home equity lending business, including loan origination, servicing, and default, as well as credit risk management and capital markets. Chase Home Lending originates $200 billion in residential mortgages and home equity per year. The company services some 6 million loan customers, and we thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Chairman Dodd, Ranking Member Shelby, and members of the committee. Thank you for inviting me to appear before you today. We are committed to ensuring that all borrowers are treated fairly and with respect, that all appropriate measures short of foreclosure are considered, and that if foreclosure is necessary, the process complies with all applicable laws and regulations. We take these issues seriously. We regret the errors in our affidavit processes, and we have worked hard to correct these issues. I want to emphasize that Chase strongly prefers to work with borrowers to reach a solution that permits them to keep their homes. Foreclosures cause significant hardship to borrowers and communities.
If Chase borrowers here cannot have them perjury, what you're saying, you need to hear from the homeowner. You have Dave lying. He is lying. He did it last April in front of the House Financial Services Committee. No, we got homeowners here. Let them hear. Chairman, let the homeowners speak to do that.
Okay.
Let them speak. Homeowners, tell your story. Tell your story.
Stand in recess for a few minutes.
Chase is lying. You gotta let them know.
Sit down.
I invite those who would like to hear the rest of the hearing to join us by sitting down so we can hear the rest of the witnesses. And I'll just make a point here that those who engage in that kind of an outburst will have to ask you to clear the room. We'll ask the officers to clear the room. Hope that isn't necessary. I'm delighted to have you here in the room to hear the testimony. It's an important hearing. With that, now we'll go back, Mr. Lowman, to your testimony.
Foreclosures cause significant hardship to borrowers and their communities. Foreclosures also inevitably result in severe losses for lenders and investors. Therefore, we always consider whether there are viable alternatives to foreclosure. Chase adopted its own modification programs in early 2007. Since 2009, Chase has offered almost 1 million modifications to struggling borrowers and has completed over 250,000 permanent modifications. Sustainable modifications are not always possible. There are some borrowers who simply cannot afford to stay in the homes or they have vacated their homes. While we make repeated efforts to modify a delinquent loan, sometimes we must proceed to foreclosure. A property does not go to foreclosure if a modification is in progress. But if the foreclosure has begun and a borrower later begins the modification process, our investors, including the GSEs, have instructed us to allow the two processes to run at the same time. However, we will not allow a foreclosure sale if a modification is in progress. I understand a focus of the committee today is our recent decision to temporarily suspend foreclosures in a number of states. To be clear, we service millions of loans and we make mistakes. But when we find them, we fix them. It is important to note that the issues that have arisen in connection with the foreclosure proceedings do not relate to whether the foreclosures were warranted. We have not found issues that would have led to foreclosures on borrowers who are current. Our recent temporary suspension of foreclosures arose out of concerns about affidavits prepared by local foreclosure counsel, signed by Chase employees, and filed in certain mortgage foreclosure proceedings. Specifically, our employees may have signed affidavits on the basis of file reviews and verifications performed by other Chase personnel, not by the affiants themselves, and may not have signed affidavits in the presence of a notary. But the facts set forth in the affidavits with respect to the borrower's default and the amount of indebtedness, the core facts justifying foreclosure, were verified prior to execution of the affidavits. We take these issues seriously. Our process did not live up to our standards. While foreclosures have been halted, we have thoroughly reviewed our procedures and undertaken a complete review of our document execution policies. We have also rolled out extensive additional training for all personnel involved. I would be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you very much.